the tracks that have done the best we've done are probably the easiest tracks that we've made.
Every time, bro.
Like-
I had a set coming up and I was like, just need something. And I went, do you know what? Been spinning the original Reckless all summer at the Afterparties and we'll do an edit to it. And Richie Ahmed looks at me when I spin it and goes, bro, what the fuck, bro?
And there's been so many times like we've gone to a show in Ibiza, come back and you are half cut, and we're just like, should we just make a beat?
Yeah. 100%.
And but to be fair, a lot of the time you do wake up and you're like, what the fuck is that?
We had a couple drinks and I made an advert about ball cream.
Do your balls smell like prawn cocktail? Well, I've got the right cream for you.
We're live, baby.
And it's live.
And it's live.
Let's go.
The start of fucking Music Week, guys. Welcome back to another TSL Time pod. Today, we got some cousins in the building.
Let's go.
Never done this before, bro. This is exciting.
Neither. We've never done this.
This is the first time we've done a podcast today, but yeah. So
Let's fucking go. We got Max and Luke in the building. How you guys doing?
really good. Really excited to be here,
Buzzing.
obviously.
Love it. Let's do a little cheers. We poured up a
Cheers.
little tequila soda before.
Cheers, brother. Cheers.
Let's get it. Very nice. So you guys excited for this week?
Majorly, bro. We're starting off the week tomorrow with Next Up. Obviously, first time in the 305. And yeah, sold out. We're over the moon. Sold out earlier on. And yeah,
sold
we've
out?
got a lovely... Yeah, it's sold out.
I didn't even know.
Standard. But yeah, a crazy forecast of gigs.
Yeah.
He's playing, I'm playing. All of our friends are playing, you know. It's a
Yeah.
big link up, so yeah.
Super
so excited.
exciting. And one thing I just noticed since this is actually the second time I've had 3 people on the pod. We're probably gonna be jumping on top of each other, so it doesn't even fucking matter.
Yeah, you
yeah.
still cut it up like.
It's all good. Feel free to cut each other off.
We do that a lot.
Yeah,
24/7.
I do that to so many guests, and then the comments sometimes are like, "Dude, slow it down." I'm like, it's the tequila sometimes.
It's
you
the
know
heat
what
of the
I mean?
moment, bro. Like, but
That's
yeah.
yeah, it's amazing. Kicking it off with Floyd.
Floyd tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. I've obviously got Luke with me. Obscure. I think it's their first time playing Floyd.
Secret
Which is gonna
guests
be
who
good.
can't be named, sadly.
Yeah, 2 secret guests with us.
You probably see them on the videos.
Yeah, you'll see them 100%. They're good friends of ours.
I saw that the flyer wasn't fully filled out, but that's fucking sick, man. Starting off the week, sold out show coming in from Canada.
Yep.
Yeah.
Canada.
I was in Chicago,
Okay.
so there's no jet lag, which is nice.
That's
Just
great.
straight in.
That is a bonus, massive.
yeah.
Usually we fly in from obviously England and we're coming in like a little bit slow down, but
Slow down.
but yeah, it's nice to come in feeling fresh. We've done a few gigs in Canada, sober, loads of sleep, good food. Him likewise.
Not a cook.
The
I
yin
can't
and
say
yang,
the
huh?
same.
The yin and yang.
Yeah. I've been having fun. To be fair, I feel fresh. First time in Miami. Super excited. See what it's saying. Starting it off with obviously coming here. Thanks for having us.
Of course, brother.
And then next up tomorrow. It's gonna be sick.
But that's just the start of the week.
Yeah.
Like we're here for 8 days,
Oh, yes.
8 solid days. The forecast ahead, it's looking pretty crazy.
But so this is your first time in the States.
First time in the States.
You've obviously been here multiple times before.
Yep.
I think we ran into each other at
Was it Miss Marda's event?
as a factory town.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
we-
we're at Factory Town. Yeah,
That was
very
that was
brief.
Yeah, during Art Basel, I believe.
That's right. Yeah.
You had a few gigs during that week.
Yeah, that was a crazy week. I played for Miss Marda. Also played, trying to think, Space. Played Space. Halloween with Nicole Mudeba, which was cool, and Paco Osuna. And then there was one more gig as well.
Factory Town, isn't it?
Yeah, I just said that.
Oh,
Factory
right.
Town.
Sorry.
Was it just those 2 shows? Paradise as well, was it? Yeah, we had a Paradise as well.
Nice.
Yeah, which was good. It was amazing. No, actually,
You guys can chime in at any moment too.
that was wrong. So Halloween, that was way before Art Basel. That's way before Art Basel. We've been here so many times. It's losing
1
track.
month though, because it's
Losing track. So I actually played Paradise back to back with Alicia at Art Basel, which was fucking sick.
yeah.
was so good.
I would say that Art Basel and Music Week are definitely the 2 most fucking.
Yeah.
They're the weeks to be honest.
Absolutely, yeah.
For the scene.
I'm gonna find out.
Yeah, you're gonna find out.
I've heard good things. Everyone, when I was on tour the last couple of weeks, everyone I spoke to that was like, "Oh, you going Miami?" And I was like, "Yeah, first time." They was like, "You're not ready." I was like, "We'll see." But I can't wait.
It should be a lot of fun. I mean, it's every time I speak to, whether it's a friend or another artist from, UK, London. You guys are from London, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's the US is like, I mean, obviously it's foreign grounds, foreign territory. But I mean, how do you guys view it from your perspective coming in here as, artists from, London? You come to Miami, like, like your friend said, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, it's similar everywhere because we travel a lot anyway, just going to like different places. It's not like, doesn't feel alien, but for me, definitely, America's probably the maddest place that I've been. Just
like when you're traveling over the pond.
Yeah.
I mean, when the first time when it happens, it's so surreal.
Right.
Like, it's like you're so far away from home, and all these people like listening to your music, and you're so like oblivious to it. And when you actually turn up and you play a gig over here, and you're like, "Yo, there's actually people here to listen to me and actually know me." Like, that's the crazy thing about this job. You're so far away from home. And like, there's people actually that know you, and that's what I experienced coming over here the first time. I think the first time we was in America was New York, and that was just mental. And then obviously I've come back every now and then. And every time I come over here, it's just the love you get here is just surreal. That's the only word I can say. It's just surreal. The fact that you have supporters this far away from home, and just like you're just super grateful that that's even a thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely that has to be an incredible feeling, you know, because it really just opens up your eyes. You're like, holy fuck, you know,
Bro.
we're reaching the other side of the pond. You know, people are dancing and feeling the vibes all around the world.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Like, even when I was younger, I always wanted to come to America, and now I get to do it. Like, obviously part of my job, and it doesn't even feel like a job. And you come over here and you're just playing music to people, and it's like, it's mind blowing, bro. It's mind blowing. Especially when you come
banging.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's a health risk coming out here because I've just been eating shit.
Chick-fil-A
all
gets
week.
seen to.
All week.
Chick-fil-A.
I haven't stopped. I've just been on Uber Eats, just going, that looks good. That looks good. I can't. It's been good.
That's amazing. That's how it
probably
should be, you know?
what you said, obviously. But the food
Dangerous
as
to the
well.
waistline, but it is great.
Yeah, I mean, you got to enjoy yourself too. I mean, also, when you're touring and you're doing so many shows, I was looking at, you know, your whole spring.
Yeah.
Your tour, dude. I think I counted 33 shows in the first fucking quarter-ish half
bro.
of the year.
Yeah.
Always on the road. I mean, especially when you come out here, you got to fucking dabble and try some.
Absolutely.
some good
Whenever we
food,
come here,
man.
we are tucking in to everything because obviously you don't get that back home. Like your
Saying
Chick-fil-A,
that,
your
we've just
Tim
had one of like
Hortons.
the healthiest meals probably ever.
Oh yeah. We've started off amazing, but this week it's going to be a steady decline. I just know.
Yeah, poor
We're looking
Vita.
to corrupt the diet.
Yeah, the place you guys went to before this, Poor Vita, was it the one here in the area, in the neighbor, like the district? Or
Yeah,
was
that
it-
yeah,
helped.
literally 4 minutes
Round
down
the
the
corner.
road. Yeah, it was lovely.
that place is great.
It was lovely.
Super expensive for a fucking salad. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, well, did you just do $100 on the house?
that's the man
Chad,
right there.
Thank you to Chad for that.
I
It
just
was
have
lovely
him keep
though.
taking you to Pura Vida. Yeah, but what's been your favorite thing you've tried so far since you got to US?
Oh, probably Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
I went in Texas. I had some barbecue meat, but for me, Chick-fil-A.
In and out tops it for me.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh,
In
to
and
be
out.
fair, yeah, Ross took me for an In-N-Out. It is good,
The goat.
but I would say all round because there's not a lot you can get at In-N-Out other than a burger.
Yeah, but it's banging. It's like it shits all over McDonald's. Anything.
Well,
at
there
home.
goes your sponsorship. I love them all. I love them all.
Yeah, might have to take that out.
Yeah, fair play.
But you know, actually, okay. So you fucking with the burgers. That means this week we got to show you a place called Skinny Louie's out here in Miami.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of the best smash burgers around.
I've got a
town.
brother called Louis, and he's pretty skinny. So you're my younger brother. Shout out Louis. Sorry, bro.
Next time Louie's here, you take him to Skinny Louie's.
Yeah, he's gonna be in his element.
That's fucking amazing, man. It's so cool to be with, you know, two cousins. How is it, you know, traveling together, being in the same world? How do you guys navigate that?
I can say sick. Sometimes I know he can't because I piss him off majorly.
Little
And
bro,
Tay.
innit? Little bro, just there, like, you know, doing his thing. But
Um,
it's amazing, bro. Like,
It's a blessing.
yeah. Especially for me because you sort of had to navigate everything on your own. Well, not on your own, but like coming into
I'm
the
just
scene.
older than him, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So
How old are you?
I'm 24.
Okay.
22.
No, I didn't want to say it on camera. I'm joking. I'm 22.
We'll
yeah.
cut it out. You just go,
Yeah, by the way, anything can be cut at any
No,
time.
I don't actually care about my age. It's just for the purposes of this week.
You're old enough to do. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
Oh, so we're the same age.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway.
nuts.
Sick, bro.
That's so sick.
Sick. But yeah, we're obviously doing our thing together. I've got a little brother called Joss, who's just turned 18. And so
Absolutely
there's 3 of
sharing
us now, 3 Dinos on the block, which is pretty crazy. And he's doing his thing. He's had his first release on my label. So
Since this is going on YouTube, I'm going to say it now. He's going to be way better than us.
Little
so it's on
Justine.
camera
You'll meet him
here.
one day. He'll be over
Really?
here. I'll be making
He's
sure he's over
crazy
here
good.
100%. He's very talented at 18 years old, just put it that way. Obviously, he's got us to look up to, which is amazing, but I've let him do his thing. He's proper.
Yeah, he'll
feel
come in
really
the
proud
studio
right
and
now.
just be
Like,
like-
he's next level. Yeah, producer. I'll say that hand on heart. He's one of the best producers I know, if not the best producer I know. And little Justine, 18 years old, he's definitely going to be following in our footsteps 100%, which is amazing.
Yeah, he's cold.
Really cool, man.
It's like
really
the fucking
cool.
Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, literally, bro.
dance scene.
Literally. we was actually.
We just need to spawn some more now.
Yeah. It's the next job, isn't it? No, not anytime soon.
No.
That's so fucking awesome, man. I think it's so cool to see. I love to see family members and cousins, brothers, whatever, come together and, try and conquer the fucking world.
Yeah.
That's why
what it's
Peaky
about.
Blinders is my favorite fucking
Oh, yeah,
series
it's the
ever.
best, bro. It's the best.
Yeah, they
It's
need
dope
to.
to see that dynamic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
It's a lot of fun on the road.
Oh mate, it's so much fun on the road. Like, got my little brother with me, my little cousin with me, and we're just absolutely tearing it up on the booth. Like, the other day we played Scotland, weren't it?
That was actually
Glasgow.
my favourite gig, I think.
Yeah, I watched Joss for the first time.
You had a meltdown as well.
Oh, major meltdown. But I watched Joss. We'll go into that late in a sec. Joss warmed up, amazing. Luke absolutely threw it down. I'm about to throw it down. The first time 3 Dinos have been on a lineup, just us 3. And then I play like 20 minutes into my set. All the lights cut off, the whole grid shut down, electricity down, majorly down. And
It was a major. I was upstairs.
major
in the green
meltdown,
room,
major meltdown.
and everything just went black, and I was like,
Yeah, and then literally got a whole room of people, 1,000 odd people, just standing in the dark, waiting for the lights to turn on. And then the owners of the venue just come up to me and was like, "Yo, you've got to go. Like, we've got no power. The whole grid's got no power. So I had to shut the whole party
street,
off."
the whole street lost power. Not just the building, like the actual street.
So I couldn't do nothing about it. It was crazy. So we had to shut the whole party off with like another 2 hours to go. Everyone was fuming. Not happy. But it was obviously out of our hands. But yeah, that was the first time us 3 were ever on a lineup. But fortunately, afterwards, we had an after party. So it wasn't the end of the night. So everyone could come to the after party. Then we was like, yo, we're going back the whole night.
Yeah,
Let's
it's like
say it
5
was-
hours straight. It was
It was
actually sick.
unbelievable. Like,
I didn't
so
want to jump
good.
off.
Yeah, we didn't want it to end. We would have gone on for another 10 hours easily.
It's crazy how things work sometimes like that. You were probably thinking nothing could go wrong. The Dinos together first fucking time, we're all 3, and then the grid turns off.
I know.
How do you go about that? Because I mean, I've seen it happen sometimes from the distance for another artist. Like maybe the sound system starts acting up, you pick up on it a bit.
Yeah, these sort of problems, like, they can't be helped. Obviously, we're all human, innit? Do you know what I mean? You can't do nothing about it. I mean, when I was younger, I was at Solid Grooves at Printworks, and then the music just shut off, and turns out someone was hanging from a pipe, and their water was spilling down, so they had to shut the whole rave off. So that's the only thing I can compare it to. So this is the first time I've ever experienced putting on a party and the rave got shut off. And you just can't do nothing about it. You can only apologise and try and do like a return party in the future. So I think I'm just going to return back to Glasgow with the same lineup, and we'll just throw it down again. But you can just have to say sorry, innit? It's out of your hands.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, from the fans' perspectives too. I mean, because you're throwing the party, it can kind of fall on you.
Oh,
But I guess-
majorly.
which can be a little.
Which
bit
I think it did a
annoying.
little bit.
Yeah. Naturally, if you're in the rave, you're just you paid money for a ticket.
You blame whoever runs the party.
You've been looking forward to seeing the DJs. You've been out there. You spent money. You're going to be frustrated, and we all understand that. So it's just one of those things. You just got to come back and put on a major party when we next go there.
Fuck yeah. Mm-hmm. And so you guys flipped the switch after party banging.
yeah, it was sick.
I'll send you the videos afterwards. It was insane, bro.
That's awesome.
Sub club, Glasgow, one of the best clubs I think we've played in a long time together, especially us three back to back.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah,
insane.
I'd agree. After that, we ended up at someone had like a warehouse, like a big warehouse. It looked like what they like fix cars in. And then you go through this door and they had like this mad little, it was like this sort of like a studio room with decks and that. And we ended up just spinning tunes.
Whenever we go Scotland, you know, it just goes west. Facts.
Yeah, no,
Facts, every time.
We was in there spinning for like hours. Just
I was ready to go to bed, and you was like, "Yo, I've got this
I
sick
went there
afterwards."
on
And
my
I'm
own.
like there, tucked in bed, and then he FaceTimes me, and I'm like, "Yeah, that looks pretty lit." And I just put my stuff back on, went and met him at the afters, isn't it?
yeah, because we went back to the hotel.
Industrial warehouse. Like.
Yeah, I was like, right, I'm going here because the people we were with were from Glasgow, and they proper sold it to me. So I was like, cool, I'm going. So I got there, and these lot were like, no, I don't want to go. And then as I pulled up, I thought, oh, I've made the wrong decision here. Like it was a proper like back alley warehouse, and then you went in, and yeah, it was sick. So I just called you, innit?
Yeah, he called me. Then I jumped on the decks. You dipped, and then I was there, stuck playing 5 hours at an after
Oh
party.
yeah, I just left.
When I decided to call it, tried to get in a cab, stuck there for ages. Couldn't get back to the hotel.
Yeah. By the time you got there, I'd already been there for hours, so I was like, no, I'm time for bed.
That is the worst. I've had a few experiences where you leave the party and there's no cab, no Uber, and it's just
fair share,
it's just
bro.
survival of the fittest,
Part,
bro. It's just
part
like,
and parcel of the
we
journey.
gotta make it back somehow.
Yeah, there's always a way, bro.
There's always a way.
I've been stranded at
that's
after
like
party.
Ibiza when so we was at the Solid Grooves closing Villa party, and I was trying to get an Uber back, and no one for the life of them could get a car. And Max comes over and I'm like, bro, we can't get a car here. And he's like, I got this. So he walks off for like 10 minutes. He comes back and goes, right, how many of us are there? So we count. I think there was like 15 of us. And he goes, perfect. I've got a 20-seater party bus pulling up now. Literally, he pulls up at the villa. We all just jumped in it. Where did we go? We went
Pasha afterwards, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Went straight to Pasha. The Solid Grooves after party was on a steady decline. We was like, yo, round up the troops.
Yeah,
we can't get out of here. I called up my guy.
We'd
Little
been there for a good
19
like
seater.
12 to 15
Yeah,
hours.
been there all day.
Yeah. So we were like, right, new spot,
Mhm.
boom.
Yep. And then we
Yeah, I don't know. how
rode
you
into
pulled through
the
that.
sunset into AK Pasha.
That's actually the first club I ever went to when I went to Ibiza.
Yeah, it's the
It was,
best part.
Pacha, and it was Solomon.
So good,
It was
mate.
pretty nuts.
Yeah.
So
I
good.
was 17.
Yeah,
It was fun.
Pasha for me is up there as one of my favourite clubs. 100% sound system. When you go in there, it smells unbelievable, like cherries.
It does.
It does. As soon as you walk in, you're like,
It's cold in there too. Like the AC is
perfect,
really
mate.
pumping.
It's perfect.
It's like perfume.
I
Best
was
club.
mangled last time I went in there, so I don't remember. I don't remember what it smelled like.
I actually had one of the craziest nights of my life there. I told my friend. I mean, I was way younger, and I was with one of my good Spanish friends who had been partying a bit longer than I had. And he was like, "Yo, you gotta get your roll on. You know, you gotta take a little something." And I was like, "Bro, don't tell me. Just throw it in my drink."
Ah, best one.
And he just throws it in, and I just remember just being on the fucking moon and having the funnest night ever, bro. It was hilarious.
Yeah, so
Ibiza's a good time.
I've had some amazing nights in Pasha. I mean, one of the first times when I done my first season, I was in the queue for ages, and my tunes were getting spun by DJs. And I was in the queue. I was like, "There's one DJ I wanted to see. It was East End Dubs." It was before I was really gigging. I'm in the queue waiting for ages. I'm thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna miss his set." No. In the queue, and then whilst I'm in the queue, this geezer comes up to me. He starts doing magic tricks to me with cards and stuff, and then throws the card at me, dips, and then I turn around. I'm walking into the club. As I walk into the club, East End Dubs is spinning my tune as I'm walking in. My biggest track at the time. It was the most surreal experience. I'm like, yo, what has just happened? Some geezers just tried to throw cards at me as I've walked into the club. East End Dubs spinning my tune. I'm like, with all my friends, we're like, yo, this is gonna be the best night ever.
Wait, so what happened with the cards?
No idea, bro. No
What, you
idea. It was the weirdest experience ever. Just threw a card at me, said, take that. Magic trick weren't even a magic
Gary
trick.
Barlow.
Turned around, walked into the club, and yeah, he was spinning my tune, and it was like the most surreal experience. I must have been about 20 years old at the time.
4 years ago.
Yeah, and yeah, it was just super cool to just be in Pasha, hearing your tune play as you walk in, and that was like the start of the season as well. So it was like everyone was playing my music at the time on the island throughout that season. But that was the first time I ever really experienced like walking into a major club and someone spinning your tune. You can't beat that feeling as a DJ.
That has to be one of the best fucking feelings.
Absolutely,
For
bro.
sure.
Like, I made the commitment to do the season, and then people are actually supporting your music whilst you're doing the season. Just makes the season unreal, especially as a DJ, like aspiring DJ, to get where I am now. Those moments.
It's like when we was in Thailand, and we made this new tune with our pal Lockie, and we'd sent it to Chris. I think the week before, and obviously he was playing at Circo in Thailand, so we went to watch him, and we was in the crowd, weren't we? And to be fair, because I don't go out to a lot of parties often. I do, but not like as much as you used to, really. So like me actually hearing my own song on a system from a DJ, I haven't really properly heard it. So I think Thailand was actually the first time, and Chris started spinning it, and our friend was like, right, get in the booth, like we was in the crowd at this point, and he was like, right, come with me, we'll get you in the booth, like. And I was like, no, I'm not leaving here. And he dragged me out.
He didn't want to leave the dance floor because he's never been on the dance floor whilst listening to his music.
Wow.
Yeah,
You know what I mean, he's 20. Well, he's 21 at the time, weren't you? So like, still young. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So first time being on the dance floor, hearing your tune, and then he's just getting dragged up to the
Our
booth.
pal dragged me out of the crowd into the booth. Obviously, I think he wanted me to get like a video saying thank you to Chris, whatever. So I'm fuming. I've been dragged out of the crowd by my pocket. We've got in the booth, and as I've got in the booth, he mixed the tune out. So the whole time he's playing it,
He wasn't even there. He was like
it.
getting round backstage, not even like near any
Bangs,
speakers.
like,
By the time he gets in the booth,
Chris
mix the
mixed
tune
it
up.
out. So I was just like, oh, it is what it is.
That was Circle Local Thailand.
Yeah.
This past
Yeah, just
yeah.
gone.
this is January.
Yeah. That was
In
crazy.
Phuket,
with
is
my-
that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
I think I saw you posted a few stories, bro. That party looks sick.
Bro,
The outdoor fucking over the palm trees and all
Yeah.
those. Is
For
that what
me,
you're referring to?
yeah.
Is that
it
was what
is
it was?
ridiculous. I've never loved a trip so much.
For me, like in terms of venue setup, where you are in the world, it's top 10.
The
for sure.
afters where they at
100%.
Baba Beach, where they do the afters, is like next level. Like you've just come out of Circo Party, which is sick as it is, and then you go across the road into the after party, and it's like on the beach in the trees. They've got it set up, and I'd never obviously it was the first time we went. Well, you've been before, and I just remember walking in there. You had Stussy back to back, J-Cap and Seth just walked in, and like the sun was it rising or
Paradise,
setting?
mate. It's literally
The sun was doing something.
I literally I remember seeing all the stories and actually feeling FOMO.
Yeah.
I remember you posted. I think you posted a funny ass story of in the crowd or something. I
Oh
don't know who-
yeah. Seth was spun my tune, innit? I was in
Oh
the crowd.
yeah. And I think it was Reckless that he was playing.
Yeah.
And, bro, that song is absurd. First of all,
Thank you, bro.
Unbelievable. I mean, when I was touring with Seth last August, he was always playing that song at some
Sick.
point, and I just remember every time it would come on, Moose and I would just be like,
It's one of them tracks that obviously we play together a lot, and I go to just in general, and so I've heard it too much probably, but it's still one of them tracks that you're like you just love it, like you can't help it.
Like usually when you make a tune, you get a bit bored of it, bit bored of playing it.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, after a while.
But for some reason, Reckless, I just don't get bored of playing it, bro. Like I've been
Yeah.
listening to the original since I was about 12, and that tune there got me into house music. Without a fact, the original that I edited, and then when it comes to around about end of 2023, I edited the original for my sets because the original was quite a slow tempo tune. Just made a bit more upbeat version for my sets, and yeah, it just went crazy, bro.
It
And
kicks.
It went crazy. A lot of the new generation of ravers hadn't heard the original, so they were unfamiliar with the track, which is, I think, what helped it grow so big, because everyone was like, yo, what is this tune? If you knew about
I'd
it, you
never
were like,
even
oh,
heard
that's
it
a
before.
throwback. But if you didn't know about it, you were like, whoa, what are these lyrics? Like, this is, I can connect to this track. Like, so it was like a bit of like reminding the older generation of an unbelievable track, and then also reminding the newer generation, or showing the newer generation how amazing this original record actually is. So it was definitely a special time, and yeah, it doesn't get boring at all playing it out at all. And I'll probably will spin it every set this week.
You have
100%.
to.
I have to every time.
I mean, I'm the same way, man. Anytime I come across a track that, you know, just hits that spot.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you're like, wow, you just feel it. You know, it's like, this is a fucking banger. I'll listen to it 100 times in 2 weeks. Like, I'm in my car, I'm playing it. You know what I mean? I'm in the gym, I'm listening to it. I'm in fucking whatever, I'm listening to it.
That's what we need to do to
And
get
then-
the streams up. We just, when we get a new release out, we just send it over to you.
But then I'll hit like that after that little period, I'm just like, all right, bro, I gotta chill out here, dude. I'm not enjoying this as much. All right, now, you know, and then it'll come back on out of nowhere. A homie will play or something. And I'm just like, yep, this hits.
Before it gets too rinsed and then you hate it.
I do that with all, like, any time I generally find a song that I just love. I just can't help myself.
Yeah, like, as soon as you find a new record that you like,
Yeah.
it's like you got it on repeat, and then you play it until the death, until it doesn't get,
Until
until
the
it gets
death.
boring. Then you move on to your next one, and then you circle back to it, and it's like, this is a banger.
Yeah. That's awesome, bro. So this week is gonna be a lot of fun.
Hope so.
Yeah, the forecast is looking pretty insane. To be fair, we got obviously next up tomorrow. Then you've got I've got DJ Mag
Playing
Wednesday,
for Josh.
and you got you and me.
On,
the
I
boy
think it's
Josh.
Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's going to be a laugh.
Yeah, that'd be good. Back at Floyd again.
Back to back with Sydney. Not playing with
Sick.
Sydney yet. Well, I've been on.
What, is
not-
that at Floyd? You and Sydney
Back to back, yeah.
Sick.
So that'll be fun.
I'm back to back with Sosa at DJ Mag, passing over to Embrose,
Fire.
which is going to be cool. For
What day is that?
our second time playing back to back, actually, we played back to back at ADE. Me and Jay. It was good.
That was sick. That.
Running it back.
I haven't been to 80, but
Have you not
Oh,
been?
bro.
no, I
Oh
heard it's
wow.
a good fucking time.
You got to do it.
It's so cool. It's its own unique experience.
It's like it's the Europe version of Miami Music Week, really, isn't it?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
Huh?
With the pros.
with the pros.
With pros. Yeah, no, ADs, you've definitely got to do that. It's, for me, probably the best week, but I've not done Miami Music Week yet. So
Have you never been to Amsterdam?
Yes, I've been to Amsterdam. A lot of fun, but I actually didn't. When I was in Amsterdam, it was more just getting high as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Standard.
I mean,
eating
AD is
food
not
and
much
trying
different.
not to get hit by a fucking bike.
So true, it is. It's coming from everywhere, isn't it? If you're not on a bike, it's weird.
Dude, I was just, after like 3 times of almost getting my head taken off, I was just like, all right, I'm staying on all the way on the edge of the sidewalk, bro.
Yeah, it's like that, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amsterdam's crazy. It's like its own little bubble, isn't it?
Yeah, you do the Ibiza season, and then it's like, right, what's next to look forward to? Oh, ADE's around the corner. A couple of weeks, and you're there.
Is that September, October?
Yeah, like middle of October, I think. Wasn't it last
middle
time?
towards the end.
Yeah, yeah.
But the amazing thing about ADE is that any sort of venue across that week gets licensing. That's what I've
That
been
was
told.
mad, wasn't it? The one just gone when so we'd obviously been at ADE and where there's so many parties on at once, you have friends within the industry, so you're like you want to go see him play or them play, so you're popping in like each night to like 5-6 different parties. It gets mad, and then what was it? At the end of the ADE, was you coming to America? I had to go to Australia to do a tour.
Yeah, so we finished ADE, and then we had to get flights to 2 different sides of the world, didn't we? You went
But-
Australia, I went
yeah.
America.
And
I went America for Halloween.
the
That's what
flights
happened.
got cancelled. Our flight got cancelled.
Yeah,
It
flights.
was we hadn't slept, had we?
We was on the same flight back to the UK. Both our flights got cancelled, and it
What did
was
we have to do? We had to fly to.
just standard DJ problems on the road. You know, there's obstacles you have to face. Sometimes a flight gets cancelled. You got to quickly think fast. Boom, where am I going now? What am I booking next? To try and make your shows, etc. Just like stuff
Yeah.
that happens on the road, you know. But nothing we can't handle.
Speak for yourself. Sometimes it gets on top for me.
Gets a bit shaky, you know.
Are
what I mean?
you guys gonna be on the road for the most part together this year?
Yeah, we're on the road
yeah,
a lot
pretty
together now.
much, yeah.
100%. We've got
Yeah.
loads of gigs together across this year, which is sick.
Could be back
But
here
we
this
always
year.
dip and dive. You know, he goes his way, I go my way.
Yeah, move that a little closer.
We could be back in it this year. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll be back here
Yeah,
a couple of times a year now, I think.
For sure.
Art Basel will probably be the next one. I got my American agent over here. He's looking at me right now. He goes,
The American
you
accent
know your
just-
schedule.
Big up, Chad.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, dude, being on the road is not fucking easy. You know? I feel like moving around the U.S. might be a bit more difficult than moving around Europe. What do you think?
It's way bigger, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So you're just doing flights everywhere. Like in the UK, you can just get a train up north or something or just drive there. But here, you're just getting flights everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's hard. I fucking love what I do. So it's not hard for me at all. Like
It's like the only, I wouldn't even say negative, it's just that one thing that you just like, right, I've got to deal with that to have this sick job.
Yeah.
it's just the lack of sleep.
Yeah,
That's the only
that is
thing I
it.
can
Yeah,
say.
the lack of sleep.
The lack of sleep. Like, obviously, we've only been doing this for like properly.
we're fresh.
We're fresh, aren't we? We're young, aren't we? So we've only been doing this for like properly for a few years. And from what I can take of these few years of knowledge of traveling around is that just the lack of sleep. You got to be careful. That's the only thing. Like we've got loads of energy in the tank because we're young, but the lack of sleep. If you're not on
Does
top
kill
of your
you.
sleep and you're trying to bounce from one place to another, that's the only thing that can slow you down. And
there's
Just
no
on
slowing
top of
down.
yeah, no slowing down.
That's what's crazy. That's what I noticed, at least when we were touring with Seth. You don't take into account the fucking 2 hours you got to be at the airport before.
Yeah.
The fucking hour commute after you land the new location.
True.
The little window you have of dinner.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, this was one of the more hectic weeks in his.
That looked sick.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I
You
remember,
went on tour with Seth, didn't you?
I remember sitting there watching that. And I was like, that looks crazy.
I don't know. He knows, and we spoke about it. We did a pod with Seth too afterwards. Like, dude, that shit, I was dead.
That shaved a good few years off.
Mate,
your
you're,
life.
you're with
Maybe a decade.
You're with the OG.
fucking decade.
You are with the OG of OGs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uncle
Seth
Seth.
is.
Yeah,
Seth
He's
is
gonna
the
show
guy.
you the ropes, bro.
Oh, dude, the ropes were showing, dog.
The ropes,
Class.
were, you know, in WWE when the ropes were pulled open, you didn't even have to touch the ropes. You just got straight deep
Just
in
flew
there.
straight through.
We were straggling after that, bro. I was like, what is life after? I was just like trying to just find everything again.
Like towards the end of the tour, was you like looking forward to going home, or was you like?
That's how
was
you know.
Was you gutted that it was over?
No, I wasn't at any moment like I'm so excited to just go home, but I was more of just like, dude, I need a fucking
Break.
I'm not on Earth. You know? No, genuinely. Like,
Yeah,
it
you
was
do get-
it was
when you-
such a cloud nine of
Yeah.
every 23 shows in 30 days.
Is that what you did?
Yeah.
21 flights.
Oh my days.
No,
Insane.
it was fucked. He
I
was,
done
he was in the hospital for fucking 6 days as soon as he got back.
No way.
You're joking. What?
How did the Seth tour thing come about, bro? I posted a picture on my Instagram and I just put one of his tracks behind it.
Oh
And
man.
he commented
Sick.
on it. Just like how I've posted a few stories.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit
yeah.
with some of your
Sick,
music and
sick.
shit. And he just swiped up and he was like, "You wanna
Come on,
have an
talk.
idea? You have an idea? Yeah, you know, I'm trying to get it a bit healthier. We can make content.
Unreal.
Let's get on a
Unreal.
fucking tour, whatever." Nobody got healthier.
I see a couple videos.
No, and a few videos came out, and memories were made.
That is class.
Well, that's
bro.
about it.
That's
Yeah.
class. I remember I was watching your videos like before I saw you on tour with Seth. And I saw the link up and I was like, no way, Daddy Wellness is coming into the scene. Sick.
Yeah, man, it's actually so crazy. It's like you said before when you mentioned like seeing another artist play your music.
Yeah.
And you know, kind of just like, holy fuck, all the work I've been putting in. You know, kind of, it's crazy seeing people who you look up to or whatever, kind of, you know, show you that respect. And obviously, this wouldn't be an example because I'm not a producer or anything, but I love dance music. You know, I've
Yeah.
been in those crowds, you know, since I was 18, 17, whatever, 5, 6 years. And now being able to have conversations with you guys and fucking go on a fucking tour, bro. You know what I mean?
It's the power of social media, isn't it?
It's insane.
It's
So
the
was
world
the
we live in.
Seth, when you did the thing with Seth, was that and then what got you into like, as in speaking with other artists within the dance scene, or was this always a plan?
So I always told Moose, I was like, you know, I don't have.
No, I was just interested.
Yeah, no. It was for me. It's always been. I just want to talk to people I think are dope,
Sick.
do cool shit, and could be a good conversation.
Yeah.
So I was thinking in my head, you know, producers, DJs, wellness people, business people.
Yeah, that's sick.
I mean,
any
you are
creative
in Miami. And
Yeah.
every
Yeah, in the
DJ
hot
across the
spot.
whole planet comes to Miami. So
Like, I
it's
bet this
perfect
week
hand in hand,
you're-
really, isn't it?
That's when it started. Then I started thinking to myself, like, oh shit, you know what I mean? I've been meeting a lot of cool people in the space.
Yeah.
You guys are always coming through, through Miami, and not a lot of other people are kind of, you know, having more of a casual conversation where it's not just 100% music and getting to see the, you know, more
the
of
real
just
side of
a
you,
friendly side, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, for me, like being able to jump on a podcast for the first time in Miami, it can't go wrong, can it? Really?
Yeah.
Talking about what we do and obviously linking up with you. I remember seeing the first videos, and the first one I saw was the African Shuggy flick it up in the air, boom, straight in the mouth. And I was like, yo, who is this guy? Follow straight away. Hilarious. I've seen it on my For You page all the time. It's mad how like two worlds can collide, isn't it?
Yeah. You guys take any African Shuggies, nicotine or
Do
anything?
you know what? I've had some terrible experiences on them, bro.
It gets you nauseous, bro.
Do you know how much I've tried gelling with them? With an upper decky?
experience.
Yeah.
No. Put one in, I'm absolutely in the toilet being sick every time. And I
Finished.
I smoke a vape here and there, yeah. But them things...
Have you had the 90% Siberian one?
Hell no.
Bro,
Every time
the first one I ever had was one of them. Yeah, I was 18 years old. I was like, I didn't drink or do any drugs or anything like that. My friend offered me one of those, and I was like, yeah, I'll do one of those. Sound sweet. Put it in. All I can remember was I was on the side of a curb on the street, spewing everywhere for hours and hours, thinking I can't go home like this. What have I done? I'm on the side of the street like a degenerate. I didn't know what to do with myself, and I thought it was never ending. I thought that was me done. Thought it was finished. So yeah, I've never really looked into it again. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, I see you putting
pretty traumatic,
like,
you know?
yeah. Oh, bro, I was finished. 90% first time.
I think any
Crazy.
I think mine was only like a fucking 5 and I was
90%
still done.
Siberian, bro. Crazy.
Oh, that means nothing to me. I don't know. I just pop one
90%
in,
nicotine. Finished me off.
Oh shit.
no, that-
First ever time. Put
Yeah.
one in my fucking upper deck. Dead. Finished. 18 years old. Absolute pussy.
Yeah, those like, I mean, in Europe, obviously, it's stronger because people have a higher tolerance because it's made over there, you know. In
If
Sweden
we
and
can get them
Switzerland.
out here, I'll do one.
No, you don't. I mean, you don't want to do the one that he did. That
Yeah, no,
Siberia shit is.
I will, but
it's
like,
crazy.
I'll do one now, but I will be sick.
No, yeah,
Yeah, don't be doing that. That's sweet, like. Don't really want it.
Yeah, keep it easy. You keep him under control sometimes.
Sometimes Dookie can
Don't
get a bit.
try and play. No, let's not.
Dookie can get a bit crazy, you know.
No, let's not make. Out of us, I'm the tame one, and that's a fact.
Fez.
Yeah.
Fez.
But yeah, you do keep me under control. But
What?
because you don't listen to me. So like, there's no, I can't do anything. I'm just Dookie. They're just like, if I
Yeah,
say
our nicknames are Dax and Dookie, innit?
Dax
So
and
on
Dookie.
the night out, before the night out, I'm Max. He's Luke. And as the night goes on, he's Dookie. I'm Dax.
Dookie and Dax.
well, no, it come from. I don't even remember really. This was years ago. We just swapped the first letter of the L and the D from Luke Dean to Duke Lean, and then Duke Lean slowly somehow turned into Dookie,
Yeah.
and then obviously yours is Dax Mean.
Mine was Dax Mean, then that turned into nothing. Dax.
Yeah,
Dax
didn't change.
Mean. And then now you're What the Duke.
What the Duke? Yeah,
Just
Don't know
chatting
where that come
absolute
from.
poo constantly.
yeah, yeah.
know,
That's
'cause
one
Dookie-
thing about us is we do actually just talk shit.
We talk so much poo on the road, bro.
Like even with like
How else are you going to be entertained on the road? If you don't
yeah,
talk a
like,
little shit.
This whole throwdown thing that
Oh,
we
the
started,
throwdown.
like just stemmed from we was in a club, weren't we? And Taylor just randomly was like, "Yo, he's throwing it
Yeah,
down."
so we was actually in Thailand. You've seen me comment Throwdown online, yeah?
Yeah.
So me and Taylor, my tour manager, best friend, all in one. He was with me out in Thailand, and we was looking at JCap, and he was playing a solo set for about 4 or 5 hours on his own at the afters. And we was having the best time of our lives, and we're looking down at JCap, and we're just looking around, like taking in all the settings. And Tay looks at me and goes, "So what? Are we going down there and throwing it down?" Yeah. And I looked at him. I was like, "Yo, what did you just say?" And he was like, "Are we going down there and throwing it down or what?" And I went, "Absolutely. I fucking love that saying." So from January 2024 all the way up to this very moment, we've been saying the word
Non-stop.
throwdown about anything. And Throwdown has just gone from throwing it down with your mates in the rave to pretty much meaning anything great in
you're
life.
at dinner and they're like, how's food? You go, yeah, Throwdown.
Throwing it down.
Yeah, dinner was absolute Throwdown, mate. Like,
Just great.
yeah. I mean, like, you could need a shit and we're like, oh, I need to throw it down. Do you know what I mean?
It's got,
like,
it
any
has
context.
got crazy, and now obviously...
Any context.
Those are the best words, you know?
Yeah,
That have
it's a universal word.
Yeah, multi-meaning.
And we've took it to extreme levels. So now
We've got a party
we say
called
like,
Throwdown.
yeah. So now we've took it to a party. We actually looked up online what Throwdown actually means, and it means a disc jockey or rapper laying down some beats. So we're like, all right. So we've got the name Throwdown here. Also correlates with what we do as our job. We could have a little niche here, and then we started like seeing that obviously we could correlate it with basketball. We love basketball, coming over to the US all the time, throwing it down, buckets and shit. And we've literally made a party called Throwdown, and we sold it out the other day. We're doing our first show
on your birthday,
yeah, on my birthday, 18th of May.
Let's go.
Yeah, first show, 18th of May,
Absolute
new concept.
Throwdown.
And the concept, yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be a throwdown. Do you know what I mean?
It's going to be a Throwdown, yeah.
18th of May, sold out, buzzing, couldn't be happier. Yeah, sold out in 2 days, which is
25
amazing.
years old,
Mm-hmm.
turning 25.
Turning 25, yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. And the whole concept of the party is like, you're going to go see your DJs, throw it down all day long. But it's not just going to be one DJ playing the whole set. It'll be me and...
Can't say.
But it'll be me and a couple friends. Mm-hmm. So it might be me back to back with someone else all day long. Might be me back to back, back with 2 other DJs all day long. So it'll just be like a 9-hour party, and you're just seeing your 3 favorite DJs throwing it down.
Just throwing it.
But yeah, we're gonna have
Throwing it.
yeah.
Just
literally.
love that, bro.
You'll catch yourself now at home, and you're like you accidentally just go, oh, Throwdown. You'll be like, fuck, they've got me.
Yeah, but we've took it to extreme levels, like the word down.
Oh,
So I'm going there. I don't care.
Go there.
I'm going there.
That's what the people want.
Yeah, they want to know. They need to know these things because I chat a lot of poo online, and people need to understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, we've took Throwdown to slow down, so you can't slow down. There's no slowing down. So like, if you're doing something slow on the road, oh, he's slowing down. Stop slowing down. Yeah. If someone does something bad, yeah, like.
Give us an example.
This sounds mad when you explain it.
Mate,
doesn't it?
it's going to be hilarious. So an example. So let's say, like the other day, Luke calls me up, wants me to come to the after party. Dips when I get there. That's a massive no down. No down. Big no down. Major no down.
But you not coming was the slowdown.
Yeah, that was a slowdown. But like, let's say, I don't know, I'm feeling, I tell you what, I've had an African shuggy. Yeah, 90% Siberian. Yeah, I'm on the floor, spewing everywhere. Meltdown. Meltdown. Major meltdown. Meltdown.
Oh, that
You can't go lower than Meltdown, though.
Yeah, Meltdown's the worst one.
Yeah, Meltdown is the worst one. Let me tell you.
Like we landed today, yeah, from Canada. As we touched down into Miami, touchdown. But there's loads of different things. Like, we just chat so much poo on the road.
There's been multiple meltdowns.
But it hasn't got boring for a good year and a half. And it's not going to get boring because I've made a party out of it now.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to get boring.
We're going to be saying, I'm going to have
to
merch done, bro. Everything. It's going to be crazy.
The funniest thing is as well, like, loads of our friends, when they spend too much time with us, they've now started saying it.
Oh, everyone's saying it. I've
And,
got
like,
group chats called Throwdown.
Some of the girls
everything.
have been, like, at home with their mum. And, like, they've said that they've just randomly gone, yeah, Throwdown.
Like, my
And their
mum said,
like,
my mum will ring me and be like, what's the Throwdown today then? Like, where are you throwing it down today? I'm like, Mum, chill.
That's when you know it's set in stone.
Yeah.
Your mom's saying fucking.
Oh
throw
yeah,
down.
my mum's the coolest, bro.
That's amazing.
Mate, my mum and dad like love what we do and it, proper involved and everything.
That's so sick.
So
yeah, we
sick,
got
bro.
your dad jumped on it. We Are with us.
Yeah, a festival.
Played a festival. And
Yeah.
you got his dad on the decks.
Yeah, so like, when was that? 2022, I think. 2022, before really anything took off for me. I was playing like a small stage at a festival local to where I live, and the stage I was playing at was like wasn't really full, but there were still people there. My dad just comes up to the booth.
No,
and
there
was
were.
like,
There were.
what? There weren't no people there.
No.
Yeah, there was no one there. There was no one there. But my dad come up and jumped on back to back with me, and he pretended to spin a tune for about the best part of like a minute.
And still.
And
to
now
this
with
day,
this
it's
day, he's like, yeah, I'm DJed. I've played We Are Festival. Like, just
Yeah,
loves
no,
it.
they're class.
That's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
And is it from mom or dad's side that you guys are related?
Dad.
Yeah,
Our dads are brothers.
our dads are like us,
Mm-hmm.
as in we're just a small version
Yeah,
of our dads.
literally.
And did they grow up raving and partying as well?
They say no, but I reckon they did.
I know my dad went to a few raves for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know about your dad.
No, neither, but I reckon they did. 'Cause they always try to say they can out party us.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, those are the
100%.
best.
Yeah. But no,
they can't out party the young ones.
No,
I tell
they
that's
are.
my dad as well. But he says, nah, you're completely out of your fucking mind. I'll party the shit out of you.
Yeah.
We'll go out for a few drinks, and for the next 3 days, he's like, I'm never drinking again. I can't do it anymore.
Mate, I fear getting that old. When I get to that point, I'm full steam ahead every night. Do you know what I mean? So I like
Wait,
to. What do you mean? I love to party, bro.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
right.
Like, well, as soon as I'm out, I'm out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
when I
course.
get older, I want to. I don't want to slow down. Do you know what I mean? I want longevity in this career. You know. So I'm gonna make sure I have longevity.
Yeah, 100%. But I wanted to ask you, talking about throwing it down, going back, earlier in the days. When did you guys start, throwing it down? When did everything kind of begin to?
In what way?
I mean, just with music, producing, and
So like
getting
taking it back to the
involved.
start.
Yeah, taking it back to the start.
Yeah.
Growing up in London, how did?
Yeah, so
how did that
Carl, we go
impact,
right
the
back.
scene?
So I think it all started when I was about 12, 13 years old.
Sorry to cut you off. Do you want another TSL by any chance?
Yeah, I'll have one.
If you
Yeah,
want.
definitely.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely. I mean, we're going out after this, aren't we? I'm pretty sure.
Here, hand me that one. Sorry to cut you off there. Yeah. So how did you guys start out, or how did you start out, and then chime
Yeah,
I
in?
mean,
so-
mine sort of links from you, really, doesn't it?
Because I'm a couple years older than him.
Right.
I've always loved music, like even when I was really young. But my actual making beats and stuff. Go on, you say your bit because it stemmed from you, really.
It's like a chain of events, really. When I was younger, I used to learn how to play a few instruments, and then my mum's side of the family had loads of instruments. Got really involved in learning how to play guitar, piano, drums, etc. Then my next door neighbour ran a music label, and he knocked on my door one day, came around for a few drinks, saw I was playing instruments. He was like, "You ever actually made your own music on the laptop?" And I went, "No, never." And he just downloaded the software for me, and started learning how to use the software like 12, 13. Obviously at the time you're not really making anything great, but it was still amazing to actually be learning how to make music straight away. Next time I was around my cousin's house, I was like, "Yo, look at what I've downloaded." Brought my laptop to him, and he was like,
We've always been, sorry to butt in there, like creative as like we'd go on holiday and we used to love, what was it we used to do? We used to make like mini films. Like we'd be on holiday and like doing all that.
we
like,
pretty much, anytime I was with him, we're doing stuff together. Do you know what I mean? So it's like now that we're still doing stuff together, it just
yeah, it was
doesn't
always
feel
something
weird at all.
creative, but then
always doing something crazy together. Do you know what I mean? Some from when we were younger.
yeah.
So obviously be doing this now is pretty insane. But then obviously over the years, me and him just learning how to make music from really young. So I guess that's why we're kind of doing what we're doing right now at this age, a little bit earlier than what most people do, is because we started when we was really young.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you, brother.
Like I feel like we didn't
Mix that up a little bit.
not saying people come into this like as in I feel like when we was making music or starting to, it wasn't because we thought we'd have a career in it or like wanted to be DJs. It was just like enjoyed sort of the creativeness of making music. That's why we were sort of on it from early.
Yeah, we love music since we were young, and that's why it's kind of developed. We've saw that we could potentially do something with it at the ages from early 17, 16, and then I mean I wanted to be a footballer. My older brother was a football player, so I was like, "Yo, I'm trying to be a footballer," but then realised, yeah, I'm not good enough. So me and him just started a journey on
No,
trying to.
you was good. I
I was all right.
Partying just gets you.
Yeah, I mean, like once you start diving into this scene, obviously
Going out Saturday and turning up Sunday.
Friday,
and not
Saturday,
slept.
networking, trying to meet all your favourite DJs, trying to show them your music. I mean, that's what I used to do when I was like 17, 18, 19. I was trying to go to all my favourite parties, trying to see all my favourite DJs, trying to sneak behind, give them a USB or get an email, you know, just so they could hear my music, put a face to the name rather than just sending an email. So that's what I was doing.
I think that's one thing I'd say I'm grateful for, is the fact that obviously you done all of that at the start of your career, and obviously then when by the time I was sort of starting to like step my foot in, like you'd already networked quite a lot, so it was like we'd go to parties and like where Max already knew them.
I was just able to introduce him.
He was able to just go, oh, this is my little cousin, and then obviously I'd still be speaking to him, but like I didn't have the initial have to go up completely blindsided. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one thing I'm grateful
That's the good thing about having this relationship with your cousin, like your family. Do you know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm bringing you in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the great thing we have. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, over time, just networked to absolute fuck. And yeah,
Threw
seriously,
down the networking.
literally,
Threw
bro.
down it. Threw it down in the networking
I quit my
scene.
job.
Where you working?
I was working at an insurance firm, and
18.
So I quit football at 17, and I was there until I was about 22. And one day I was like, yo, I'm quitting, and I'm going to do a season in Ibiza. And then it was the best decision I made. Had the opportunity to go live in a villa in Ibiza, done 2 years there, and I basically met every single promoter, every single DJ. Yeah, I've got a whole list of all the emails that I met, everyone out there. So I was just sending my music to everyone. They had met me in person. So they were able to put a face to the name and said, yo, I'm going to send you my tunes. Built a connection with loads of DJs and promoters over the 2 years. And yeah, and over time, just things slowly developed. And yeah, that's how I would say was the core part of my journey was the Ibiza period. Yeah. When I'd done that and put myself into positions I wasn't able to get into back at home, I was like, yo, this is the difference here. I'm meeting every single person I've aspired to meet, and I'm able to give them my music, hopefully in one day being able to play for that party or just be around them more often, do you know what I mean? Actually build a relationship with those people. So, yeah, now here we are.
I think mine couldn't have been like the polar opposite of that. Like I was working in recruitment on the phones, just getting people to try and sign up to these jobs I had, and I was like, fuck this. Literally, I remember it was like you had the Christmas period off. So I had like 3 weeks off, gone back in, and like my job was quite cool because like I was friends with my boss. Like, so it wasn't like one of them jobs where you're in there and you hate your boss. Like he was like quite chill with it because I was still sort of DJing, but I was getting maybe like a gig a month, if that. So I just remember going back after the holidays and I was like, fuck this. Quit, and like shouldn't have quit because so for like a year, I don't think I left my house, did I? I think I quit my job like completely when I shouldn't have.
Yeah, he went for a
but
phase.
obviously I had like no money coming in. I had money saved, but like not enough to like live off.
So I'm living in Ibiza, and he's at home. He's just quit his job, and he's making unlimited music.
Yeah, I think there was a time
in his
I
studio.
was making about
like
10.
I was making no music in Ibiza my first season. I was like meeting everyone, blah blah blah. My USB is Luke Dean. I'm just spinning all of his rhythms at any
It was
set
like
I
a
had.
transaction. I was going, yo, you do all the networking, I'll make the beats.
Literally, bro. For a whole year, it was like a tag team. He was sending me music, and I was like, yo, this kid's making beats.
Yeah,
bro.
it was crazy. But I didn't have no money to leave the house. So, like, I literally had no choice but to stay in the studio. And luckily, it paid off because, like, then the music started getting signed. And then, obviously, I had Get Hard. And then by then, like, because I was putting the music, like, on Instagram or whatever, and then the gigs started picking up. So, it was, like, a blessing. But for a good year, I was nearly moulded into that studio chair.
I mean, and people don't see that though. You
Oh,
what
of
I mean?
course.
Everybody sees the you know the tracks and the results,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
nobody sees that you were against the wall.
Yeah.
Quitting your job with no plan, but let's just make
Yeah, it
gears
was just
and
like
bangers and
Well, that's what you've got to do in
Of
this
course.
game, bro. You've got to make a sacrifice. Like I say this to everyone. Like you got to be fearless.
I think not a lot of people, but like people that are maybe fresh or don't have an understanding of it, do think it's a case of like you just suddenly spawn and you're making this music and then you're a DJ, but it's not the case. That, as you said, you have to
It's
make
a slow
sacrifices
journey, bro. Slow
and
journey.
like graft to get to a position. Like I think we was making music like 10 years really,
Yeah, it's been.
and
a
only
long
now
time.
it's just started like put us in a
People
good
think because
position.
like we're a little bit younger, it's like it's just happened overnight, but it's definitely not the case.
Yeah, no.
Like we've worked very hard to get to where we are.
Madness, yeah.
You're good. You're good. Don't worry
It
about it.
keeps
Don't worry
getting
about it.
stuck to the
Leave it.
the
You're
thing.
good. Yeah, those.
So I know you've had a couple already. Like.
Oh, like that.
Yeah. So obviously, it's the journey's been amazing. It's only just getting started.
Yeah. I always like to say that. No matter how well
absolutely.
things are going, in the back of my mind, I'm always just like, it's just the fucking
Just
beginning.
getting started, bro.
Like you think we've done.
It is, yeah.
You know that people think this is insane. This is insane. No,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. There's still so much left in the tank.
So
It's
much
like
time.
you're fully grateful for where you are, but what they don't realise is it's always like, right, what's next? You're never fully just like, right, cool, we're chilled. It's just straight on to the next, what's next?
Yeah. How do you guys go about that though? Because I feel like that's something I sometimes struggle with. It's just like that feeling of, what's the next big thing? What's the next big thing? You know, we're always like kind of like, especially, I mean, in the world of just creatives. You know what I mean? Whether it's music or it's content.
Yeah.
How many more streams is this song gonna get? How many views is this video gonna get? You know what I mean? You ever have those moments where you gotta be like, I gotta be content with what we got right now. We're gonna keep working. But I don't know. You get what I'm kind of saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I don't think it's more of like a what's next of like, right, we want more. It's just more like, I think I'm thinking more of like in the
Let's keep
studio,
going.
in the studio side of things of like, we'll make X amount of tracks just because like whenever our sort of thing when we get in the studio is always just like, there's no, right, we're doing this. It's just, let's have fun with it, see where it leads us. And like recently we've been making like some break beats. Like we made what was that, deep house one the other day?
Yeah,
like,
we're experimenting everything. I think we're going back to what you were saying, sort of thing. Like if in this scene, you just got to be really appreciative of where you're at, and when you look in the horizon of what you're actually doing and what you're achieving, you just got to be grateful that you're in this position.
Yeah.
And just like he said, go in the studio with what we do. It's about keeping the music relevant. Obviously, just keep pummeling music, making loads of music, and don't force nothing in the studio.
Yeah.
And I think once you get that fine little tuning right, things just naturally happen over time.
Yeah.
And
it happens to everyone. Like we jump in the studio now and like, I mean, right now, no, we've actually like every time we get in there, it's just flowing. But like, there's been loads of times where we're just like, it was up for like a good 3-4 months.
3-4 months, we get in the studio together, no down, slow down,
no down,
you know what I mean?
meltdown,
even.
meltdown. But we're not asked about it. We're like, yo, it's just not happening right now.
Yeah.
And then we went like a couple months, about a month.
Yeah,
Not in the studio. Didn't see you for about a month.
Yeah.
And then come back after Thailand and we done have a holiday in Thailand, and then we came back, went straight in the studio, and then we're just like, yo, we're making unlimited tunes right now. So it's just like phases, you know. And where we're a team, and obviously we've got a sick team around us, obviously our agents, our managers, etc. When you're all plotting together, circling back to what you said, like the horizon, you know what's coming, you're looking forward to shit, you're plotting. Like when you're a collective, you're manifesting everything that you're dreaming of doing. Do you know what I mean? It's like part and parcel of being a team. So that's like one thing I'm super grateful for.
Yeah, and what advice would you give to maybe some other producers, DJs that are maybe in a slower period of producing where you're not feeling it?
Personally, and what I've clocked is, I think a lot of people try and make what they think is like relevant, and like, which I get. But like, what they don't realize is if they just truly made what they want to make and enjoy, like people, I think they think people won't like that. But when you're just doing you and completely you and enjoying that, it actually you can feel that in the music,
Completely
which I've
agree.
clocked. So like, I think a lot of people will be making certain sounds or like certain styles just to go off of what's relevant and what they think will do well. But the reason that sound's doing well is because that individual artist is just doing what they love.
Yeah, it's
And I
about
think it
being
speaks through the
consistent,
music.
really.
Yeah.
Consistent, being original,
Yeah.
and stepping outside your comfort zone and being fearless. I say it to every aspiring DJ that comes up to me after a set or catches me somewhere and says, "Oh, Max, you got any advice?" I just go, "Be fearless, bro. Be fearless. Step outside your comfort zone. Be original. You know, go to those gigs, meet those DJs that you want to meet. You know, go and have conversations, put yourself in positions that you wouldn't normally put yourself in." That's my advice every single time to any sort of aspiring DJ.
And now talk me a little bit through some of these more big throwdown sessions in the studio.
Well, the best one
What's
yet
kind of
so
the
far was our most recent tune, and it surely gets like that. That was a
We-
major
we had-
throwdown.
We had a studio session, and
We started the beat, didn't we?
no. We had a studio session that before that with like Lockie and that.
Yes.
And then we got the tequila out, and the tequila was flowing.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so everyone left because Lockie and that had to go work the next day. So it was just me and him, and I was like, "Mate, this tequila's."
What was it?
Probably-
We were sitting there. We was kind of in between phase of that studio session and this one. I was like, "Yo, come on, let's just make a beat now."
Yeah.
And it was like 1 a.m, and those times are like when you're gonna make the best music because that's when you're playing. That's when you're doing your job.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So when you start making music at night at those times, I feel like
I think
just
that's
in
the
your comfort
first
zone.
time making a song where I was like, we've made a lot of good music that I love, but that was the first one where I was like, wow, like this is.
It's probably our next biggest track. Gets like that. It's had great support from Stussy, and we've been playing it out. And like we've obviously put the sound out on TikTok, and people are singing it back to us when we play. So we know we're definitely onto
Just as
a
a
nice little
piece of
tune
music,
there. But
like, it's probably my
that studio
favourite.
session was a serious throwdown because we started it at 1 a.m. and I don't think we
11
left that studio until maybe midday the next day.
Yeah.
We was like, "Yo, we're onto something here. We're getting this done. We're getting this track done."
Tay was there and he went asleep, didn't he?
Yep.
And then we woke him up like 9 a.m. and was like, "Bro, please come and listen."
He's
to
upstairs.
this."
So my studio is below my bedroom. So above my studio is where I sleep. And he went to bed upstairs and me and him were just blasting the music. Don't know how he went to sleep, but he went to sleep. And then we were like 75% finished to the track. And we were like, "Tay, get down here now. We are onto a throwdown, bro." And he comes down. He's like, I'm hearing it. It's absolute banger. And we're showing him it. And he's like, crazy. And then he goes back to bed. And then we continue
But
the
it's
throwdown.
like, what I've realised as well with some of our, I wouldn't say biggest tracks, because like, to be honest, I'm grateful for it, but I don't really look too much into streams and stuff. Obviously, that's what you need with the record label, but I just love making music, to be honest. But the tracks that have done the best we've done are probably the easiest tracks that we've made.
Every time, bro.
Like, even with Get Hard, when I made that, it took me about half hour. I was literally sat in my pants in bed. Like, just on the laptop, through headphones, and I cracked it out in half hour and, like, never thought much of it. It's always them ones that, like, we'll sit there for hours on this one track and, like, no one really will even, like...
Same with me with Reckless. Like, I was in my villa in Ibiza and I had a set coming up with back-to-back Richie Ahmed at Cova Santa. And I was like, I just need something that's going to, like, something different for this set. And I went, do you know what? I've been spinning the original Reckless all summer at the Afterparties and we'll do an edit to it. Just for this set, see how it goes. And my tour manager, Tay, was in the room at that time and I went, see, when I play this, I feel like Richie Ahmed might like this track because it will take him back to, like, 2012 when it came out. And spun it. Obviously made it across like an hour, 2 hour period. Had a quick version to spin it at Cova Santa. And Richie Ahmed looks at me when I spin it and goes, "Bro, what the fuck, bro?" Goes fucking mental. Yeah. And I look at Tay and I was like, called it, didn't I? Called it. Richie Ahmed going crazy. Yeah. And then I sent it to Richie. He was spinning it loads. And then, obviously it's just become a massive track. But yeah, that's the art of what we do. We could just sit there in our boxes anywhere, just have our laptop on our lap. Boom, boom, boom. Make a little track.
It's like there's been so many times like we've gone to a show in Ibiza, come back and you are half cut, and we're just like, should we just make a beat?
Yeah. 100%.
And but to be fair, a lot of the time you do wake up and you're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, sometimes we go for our old projects like a couple of years ago and we're like, yo, that is a slow down. major meltdown beat.
There's no throwdowns without slowdowns, though.
Oh, mate, you appreciate the throwdowns more when you've gone for a couple slowdowns.
That's got to be on a t-shirt.
Yeah. We are getting t-shirts made, actually. What does it say again?
Where can they?
What's the slogan?
Oh, you take
Hold on one sec. I've got the slogan here.
Where can the viewers get some of the merch for Throwdown?
So the merch will be out.
I should have worn that, really.
We'll do an exclusive drop for the Throwdown merch on the 18th of May, my birthday. If you got a ticket, you're in luck. If you didn't, then you're slowing down. But
you want to give away maybe 1 or 2 t-shirts. To
Absolutely.
someone viewing this in the comments. What do you want them to
100%.
comment?
Yeah, we'll do that.
You pick 1 or 2 comments.
Comment.
Throwdown.
Yeah, comment Throwdown with the basketball emoji, and we'll pick a few lucky winners.
So yeah, comment TSL Throwdown.
All right. Yeah.
TSL Throwdown
With the basketball.
with the basketball emoji.
That's
Let me get
amazing.
this.
So would you
slogan
say
up.
some of the more Throwdown studio sessions when you're producing, do you rather produce off a little buzz or sober?
There's no
Depends how you're feeling, really.
Yeah,
in the
there's
moment.
there's
Sometimes
no
it's
between,
sober, innit?
like we don't require anything.
You can't force
Yeah,
it.
it's just like most of the time we are sober, but they're the occasional ones where like we might be partying or we end up partying in the studio. Yeah, there's no like real.
Like I do a lot of my own vocals sometimes. I like to get on the mic, and when I've had a couple of tequilas, I'm feeling a little bit more loose. You know what I mean? So I'm going in on the mic a bit more.
Yeah,
do you know
that
what I
is
mean?
true.
So it is a thing. It is a thing. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes we'll just be anywhere. Like it might be just before a gig, and we're playing sober, and we're just quickly finishing a beat. You know, together. But when you're in the comfort of your own home, you see a little tequila bottle there.
I'm pulling up now. Oh, live on the pod.
Phone died.
No, I'll turn it off.
Oh.
Keep going. I'm going to show them
we
the
can cut that,
advert.
bro. We can cut that, bro.
The advert.
Oh, you can't show them that, surely not.
Yes, it's getting shown, right.
While the phone's turning on, though, talk to me about...
Do you know what? Show them that, because that was a studio moment. That is
So-
great.
We'll
Let me get it up.
pop
No,
it up on the
I've
podcast as well. You can send the video if you can.
It's pretty insane.
So to set the tone, yeah, it's on now. So we was in the studio just making some beats, and
You can't go into too
Oh,
much.
it's so much
content.
fun to be with three
So-
people, to
so
be honest.
Ma-
I'm loving
Oh,
it.
yeah,
You know
it's
what I mean?
amazing, bro. It's amazing. It's
we
flowing.
was looking for like a little sample and that, and Max come across this sample, and
It was like so we was making a beat. We had been in the studio all day. We made about 4 beats in this one studio session. It was coming to the end. I look behind me. Luke's like sinking into the couch.
it was Lockie that randomly said,
Yeah, Lockie told a story. I won't go too in depth about it. But I was then on the laptop flicking through some sounds, and I come across this like Chicago road sound, and I clicked on it, and I thought, wow, that sounds like the back of an advert, like the sort of like sound you'd hear on an advert. And we had had a couple drinks, and I was like, yo, I'm just gonna make my own advert right now, rather than a song. And I made an advert about ball cream.
Ready?
Ball cream.
Ball
Well, no.
Ball
so
cream, bro.
He had the roads, yeah. So I'm asleep.
Just happened, like, do you know what I mean? Just one of those things.
I was
And-
asleep on the sofa, and I've woke up to him making this, and I was like, "Yo, we need like some rock music."
Like, I
in
love
there.
talking American whenever something's theatrical.
Should I just play it?
I'm like, yo, you need some ball cream, bro? Like that. Listen to this. It is hilarious, bro. It's the best thing.
3 days on the sesh? Do your balls smell like prawn cocktail? Well, I've got the right cream for you. Anti-prawn cocktail ball smelling cream. Special delivery. Special
your voice.
price. Now,
That's my voice, bro.
all right.
Bro, we'll send you the link. It's hilarious.
Yeah, Moose will be playing this shit all day.
You gotta make sure you're cleaning your balls correctly.
Anyway.
Bro, if there's a ball cream company out there that needs
Bro,
a fucking soundtrack,
I've made the advert.
that
He's made
will
the
sell.
artwork. Look at the artwork. Look at the artwork. Look.
That will... Fresh balls. With
Fresh
the,
balls.
With the MLB logo.
Major League Baseball. prawn cocktail. Prawn
Major
cocktail
League
chips.
balls.
So that it says Fresh Balls.
Bro, but that-
Incorporated. Major League Baseball. Because obviously
That's how
in the
weird it
advert,
gets, isn't it?
I say, if you want to be part of
Baseballs.
MLB,
I got
You
the
gotta-
Major
you gotta
League
have fresh balls.
Baseballs.
look,
Yeah, it gets
camera.
crazy.
Hold on, let me pan around. Fresh Balls.
Fresh balls. We'll pop
But yeah,
that up.
that's where we took that studio session, you know. So that was a complete throwdown.
That's a
we
fucking
would
No,
say.
throwdown.
it's just
Yeah.
in all seriousness, that's just where you ain't always just got to make houses.
Yeah, you ain't
can
always
make
got-
an advert for ball
Like
cream.
that one studio session, we made a break beat, we made a deep house tune, we made just one of our usual throwdowns,
and
and then we made a ball cream ad. So we just went
So if any
every end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Perfect. Keeping it diverse.
Any
It's an amazing
adverts out
citizen.
there?
One of my favourites recently, actually.
any adverts need doing, hit him up.
Yeah, trust. Any bar cream ads, you know who to hit up.
There you go.
Crazy.
That is unbelievable.
We'll send you the link and then you can obviously show them it. But it's like, it's been a thing over the last few weeks. We've been showing everyone. As soon as we made it, we sent it to our agent, our American agent, Chad. I was like, Chad, I got this new track. You need to listen to it. Send him the link. And he's like, yo, what the fuck is this?
It was
I was like, I've just made the best beat ever, bro. I couldn't wait to show you. Sends me it. He's like, yo, what is going on here?
It was like 4 a.m.
Send it to Chad, bro. Send it to Chad. We sent it to Chad straight away. It's hilarious.
Yo, the tangents
should
that
maybe
have gone
op-
on
you
in
should
this
maybe
podcast
open up
is
a-
crazy.
You should open up a party one night with that ball cream anthem.
Could you imagine? Like, everyone's like, one more song.
Do
And
your
I'm
balls smell like prawn cocktail?
Just play that. Send everyone home into oblivion.
Oh my god, man. That is so fucking funny.
Yeah, but as you can tell, we chat a lot of shit on the road. Do you know what I mean? That's
was a
chatting
tangent,
shit.
that.
That's chatting shit on the road.
How could you
Ball
not
cream.
though? You know what I mean? You got to chat some shit and
Absolutely,
have some
bro.
fun.
It's part and parcel of being on the road. I love it.
Yeah.
If you join me on the road, the lingo. It's going through the roof, mate. We're chatting
There'll
absolute
be a
poo.
new language created.
Oh, we've already got our own language. You trust.
that's
Bro,
Maybe
like-
that's the next thing we do.
Do you know what it is?
That's the next thing we do.
It's these two, yeah. So like, I'll go away doing my own gigs for like a month, yeah. Won't see them much, and then I'll come back and like, I'm just sat there and like, what was one they said? We sat there the other day and like, one of them goes, yeah, diddly. I went, I looked at him.
Say
I
the
went,
word diddly all the
I
time.
went, what
No
the fuck did
reason
you
why.
just say?
Just anything diddly. Anything great.
I was like, yo, what are you talking about?
The
And
whole
it-
world
and it-
is knowing our lingo right now. It's crazy.
It's mad. These two just make up this language, and then I just end up saying it all.
that's
Like we said diddly, and he goes to me, yo, you can't get me on this one. I'm not saying this now. No way, no chance. Next thing you know,
Diddly. Yeah.
All the
it
time.
just sticks.
Just sticks.
If
Like,
you
if you
say
joined
enough,
us on the
if you say it
road,
enough,
Yeah,
then it
you-
suddenly
like-
starts.
if you joined us on the road, guarantee you're saying everything we're saying, 100%.
I'm sure.
Anyone that joins us
I'm
ends
prime
up saying the
example
lingo.
of every time they've said it, I've been like, mate.
Like
I'm not saying that.
another one. When anything good happened, we go toasty,
Tasty,
toasty,
toasty.
toasty. I had Alicia, you know Alicia DJ.
Yeah.
She was sending me messages going toasty when anything great happened. Anything great,
It is mad. Like
chatting. poo
every
on the
time
road.
I've gone, like, no,
Best
I'm
one.
not saying that, and I'm sat here saying it. One day it's gonna come to an end, and I can't wait.
Nah, it's never ending.
No, it
mate.
can't end. I mean,
No
that's
chance.
a lot of people ask me like the seep. They're like, how did you
Yeah,
come about
yeah,
that? And it's like I always tell everyone, I'm like, me and my friends would be getting fucking hammered or just screwing around. You're always around. You create a fucking. You just start
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
shit, and
Best
then
one.
person repeats it, and then it's
Boom,
it's
it's a
part of the
thing.
lingo.
It's a thing. Do you know what I mean? It is a thing.
Seep. Yeah, the seep is kind of like the throwdown in a way. You can use it whenever you want.
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
works with everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fucking great.
sick.
There is nothing better than being with your people in your own environment, chatting poo. Is there? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Well, listen, everyone watching, it is a thing.
You got to chat some poo with the homies.
Absolutely.
You know, that's just
100%.
Oh, honestly, I love how the tangents have gone mental.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's the best
Well,
one.
I was going to ask you guys on another one. You know, what else you guys do? You know, when you're just kind of cooling off, if you're not on the road, if you have a week off, you know, are you always in the lab?
If I have a week off, I try my absolute hardest to get in the gym.
Good.
I do try, but
I
it's hard.
try my hardest
on the road.
not to get
I
in.
do find it hard on the road. I mean, I'm not Josh Baker. Josh Baker's next level.
Shout out,
insane.
Josh. He's
Insane,
crazy.
absolute animal.
Fair
I look
play
at him and
to
I think,
him.
yo, fair play. But yeah, I do find it hard on the road. I do try to, but when I do get a week off, I am trying my hardest to be in the gym every day. You know, it really helps mentality, that little bit of calmness before you get back on the road. I definitely feel like gym, but we are 90% of the time making music together.
Yeah,
Whenever
yeah.
we have time at home together, we're like, yeah. we're
Mine don't stop.
Yeah. He's making music constantly.
I
But if we ever are, because he lives 15, 20 minutes from me, so if he is home whilst I'm home, it's like, yo, cuz, what are you saying? We're making music together.
Yeah,
like,
we'll go gym and that, and then jump in the studio. But pretty much our life.
like
is
we always
studio.
say, like, oh, we love to do some normal shit.
Saying
rather
that,
than, like,
saying
gigging
that,
all the
like,
time.
That is
you've
that
sort
is
of made
normal
us
shit though, bro.
like Yeah, we have been saying that recently. Like, we need to do some normal shit. Like, even when I was in Texas the other day and went to that comedy show, like, even on the road, we don't normally do a lot of stuff like that. And it was actually really nice, like, to go in there and, like, just do something other than music. It was actually quite sick. So I think, yeah, we definitely do.
Because, like, your life's engulfed by it. Like,
100%.
Friday, Saturday, gigs, travel home Sunday, you're knackered. Monday, you're recouping. And then... For me,
Reflecting
I want to make music in the little time I have before I'm back on the road again.
Yeah.
And then you make a load of music, then you start getting the cycle of doing that over and over again. Then you start thinking, yo, I kind of want to do some normal shit, like go for some dinner with my mum and dad, or like just go do anything remotely other than music. But you just don't, because I'm so obsessed with making music. And me and him, it goes for you as well. I think we just love making music all the time. So when I do have time off, I'm like, yo, I'm in the studio. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
does sound a bit crazy, but when you love what you do, like it's becomes like natural, normal.
100%. Yeah, no, it's funny because my brother also makes some content on social media and stuff, and every time we're together, it's like we'll catch ourselves in these moments where it's just like, yo, like we should probably let's try not to talk about videos and ideas and the next long video we'll do on YouTube and all that shit. Let's just, like we'll be walking on the beach, just, like after having a meal near the water, trying to take in the moment, and we just look at each other like, yo. Let's take a little pause here.
Yeah.
That's why I asked, but I mean, that makes sense.
It's happens when you love what you do.
It's hard to sort
work.
of switch up because, as you said, it's not work. It's hard to
becomes
have
an
that off
obsession.
switch.
It's an obsession. It is a natural, normal obsession. You love what you do. It's hard to break out of the cycle. You're so obsessed with what's next. Obviously, like you said before.
But I do think you're right. It is good to have some time off, maybe, which we should probably do.
Definitely.
Which probably won't happen, but.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Slowing
slowing down. Can't slow down, bro. You can't slow down.
No slowing the fuck down.
Nope.
Yeah, especially this week. It's not going to be.
Oh,
this
mate,
is going to be a throwdown week.
Majorly, bro. The last week I had has been a slowdown. I've been keeping it calm, eating good, loads of sleep.
I've been,
it's been amazing.
Throwing it down.
He's been throwing it down. I've been recharging the cells for Miami. I'm ready to throw it down.
I've been training, put it that way. I've been training, yeah, so.
You doing any gym?
No.
Just throwing it down.
He swims a little bit. He likes to swim.
Oh, that's good. That shit, I hate swimming.
Do you know what it is? It's just, I just make beats. When he goes to be like, we'll do a studio session till like 9 a.m. and then he'll wake me up at like 2 p.m. and he's like, yo, I'm going gym. You coming? Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, no, absolutely not. I'll just stay at home and then when he comes back, just make your beats again.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Come on, get yourself to the gym. Come on, you'll feel good for it.
I do come sometimes, but it is rare catching me in the gym, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see that though, especially like after I spent some time with Seth and stuff. He mentioned that it's awesome to see the younger guys in the game and shit.
Yeah.
Have a little bit more of just respect towards health. You know what I mean? Like let's try and stay as healthy as we can, even though it's near impossible when you're on the road all the time. But at least make a little bit of an effort. When Josh told me how that guy's fucking, he's a robot.
Oh, bro, he's next level.
Yeah,
next
bake
level.
up.
The fact that you can get up after a gig in like 9 in the morning, whatever it is he runs, and he goes and runs for around miles. It's mind blowing to me. It's next level.
Yeah, this week he shouldn't do any running. We're gonna stop him from running this week.
Yeah, I won't be.
What are you throwing down?
That's the only time you can
steps in.
slow down this week is with the gym.
Yeah. Well, no, we're in an apartment right now, and there's two levels below us is the gym, and I looked at it and I went, yeah, I'll be in there every day. Yeah, definitely will be in there every day this week. It's not happening. Sorry.
It's not happening.
It's not happening. I'll try.
But yeah, shout out Baker because he's mental. He like in a good way. I don't know how he does that.
Yeah, he's a fucking animal.
Yeah, like there's been times like we've left shows at like 4 or 5 a.m. and then I go home and wake up the next day and like I've seen like 4 hours later he's on a run. I'm like, fair play to him. Fair play. He's out. Oh yeah, obviously he's out. We're playing you and me, aren't we?
He gets here tomorrow or today.
Does he? Yeah.
I'm not sure. But besides throwing down this week and this fucking awesome throwdown we've done on this podcast, which anyone who's been watching it this far, thank you guys for the support on the podcast. Hope you've been enjoying it, and make sure to comment below as well.
Yeah.
TSL Throwdown basketball emoji for maybe you'll pick 1 or 2 people for
Yeah,
a
I'll pick
t-shirt.
2 people in the comments, and you'll have a little merch package sent to you.
But give the people a little bit of insight. You know, last year was a huge year for you guys, and there's no slowing down.
No slowing down, absolutely not.
So, what can everybody? You got any announcements? Anything people to look forward to?
Well,
releases?
we've got our first release of the year coming up.
You might finally hear some music from us. We've
Yeah.
never released together.
Us two have never released together.
Like
This year is
the
going to
whole
be the
time.
first year where we do, and we've got obviously so many records together now. If we was like, yo, it's time. We've got our first release coming on my label with Lockie coming up over the next couple of weeks,
Yep.
and then we're going to be doing our first ever joint EP as well. which
Might
is
not
gonna
be an EP. Might be an EP. We'll see.
Might be an EP, might not be an EP. We'll see. Still deciding, but it's definitely going to be in the middle of summer.
Oh yeah, we're back out here at Arc Festival.
Yeah,
Back to back. That'll be sick.
we're going back to back. It's our first ever back to back on US soil. Arc Festival, Chicago.
Well, we don't know how this week's going to end up, but
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
the
probably
first
end up.
official one.
We'll probably end up at an afters, definitely. But
maybe after
Yeah.
Throwdown.
yeah, it's
back.
going to be
Not this
afters
week.
Throwdown this week.
We're getting
but
the
officially
the
on
demonised
US
for
soil,
our
Chicago.
agent.
Arc Festival.
We're not going back to back at all in Miami this week. It'll be Arc Festival.
Let's fucking go. Well, this was an absolute throwdown. Thank you guys
Thanks
so
for
much
having us,
coming
bro.
on. This was a great fucking time.
Amazing, bro. Thank you very much for having us.
Let's have a fucking week.
It's time to
Maybe
throw
they'll
it
see
down,
some
man.
behind the scenes or something. I'll be
Absolutely.
shooting some content.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
100%.
Absolutely,
Let's go,
can't
boys.
wait.
I'll be taking a 90% Siberian in space. Trust me on that.
Let's fucking go, boys. Yo.
Big up. Thanks for having us. That's sick.